Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. O come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. O come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord.
Good evening, everyone. Holly Knight with WGAR reporting live from the Sword of David Living Nativity Scene, where they have just kicked off their festivities with live animals and lots of participants. And you have just heard from the Burning Bush Baptist Church carolers. They are going to be singing throughout the community tonight, including several hospitals, before they return to their own church this evening around 11 p.m. for a traditional Christmas Eve service. Now, if you're interested in attending the festivities here at the Sword of David, there will continue until 8:30 and then a traditional service at 9. I have young Tyler Norris here with me this evening. He and his families came out early to enjoy the music. Tyler, tell me, what has been your favorite part of the nativity scene this evening?
I like the sheep and the goats. Hey, you want me to sound like a sheep? Bah!
Tyler, that's great. But for those of you, the WGAR forecast has got some bad news for you. There's not going to be any snow. We've got a combination of the El Nino effect with the jet stream positioned high to the north, with the high pressure positioned low to the south. I don't expect temperatures to get lower than 60 degrees tonight, and that's going to be a record here in Garner, North Carolina. If you're looking for Santa in that red fur coat, he may have traded those in for his Bermuda shorts. For now, Holly Knight with WGAR and your weather forecast.
Well, merry darn Christmas. Did you see those carolers in their summer clothes? Imagine Santa in shorts and a red wife-beater shirt.
Oh, gross. Now I gotta get that image out of my head.
I mean, seriously, nearly 80 degrees in Garner on Christmas Day? No wonder it doesn't seem like Christmas. Feels more like Labor Day to me.
Get over yourself. You know the weather has nothing to do with Christmas spirit. What do you think all those people down in Florida do every year? I mean, they don't sit around sipping hot chocolate watching their treetops glisten or listen to sleigh bells in the snow, and they get along just fine.
Well, here's a news flash for you, Donna. We're not in Key West. We're in Garner, North Carolina, and it's supposed to be cold at Christmas time, or at least chilly. I'd just as soon skip Christmas this year if it wasn't for the time and a half.
Ooh, lick the red off of your candy cane. Don't try to tell me it has anything to do with the weather either, because you've been snotting around here for about a week and a half now.
Well, I just can't believe you. I've given up. I've given up on Christmas because I've tried. I've tried really hard, but life just keeps getting in the way. What's wrong with me, Donna? I mean, you're my friend. You can be honest with me. Tell me, do I have some kind of severe personality defect or something?
You want me to tell you what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Let's see, you're ornery, you're totally antisocial, you ain't got much of a sense of humor, and let's see, you're cranky most of the time. Do you want me to go on? Because I could go on. Oh, come on, stop it. You know I'm kidding.
I'm not. What's wrong with me, Donna?
Nothing's wrong with you. Oh, come on, you're great. Everybody thinks so. Why don't you think so?
I don't know. talked to my best friend Beverly from high school. We hadn't spoken in about 2 years because she moved out of state. But when we were in school together, we were like sisters. I spent a lot of time at her house.
Well, that's good. I mean, it's always fun to catch up with people, especially at Christmas time.
Yeah, it was nice, but she opened some old wounds, too.
How so?
Oh, girl, we don't have time to talk about that. I know you're getting ready to go to Wayne's parents' house tonight. What time's he picking you up?
Not for a little while. I got time.
But you think he might give you a Christmas present that you can wear on your left hand? Huh?
Oh, no. Oh, stop it. Don't get my hopes up. I've been trying not to get too excited because
Did
he's
he
been
say
dropping
something?
he's been dropping a few hints.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, no, now don't even try that. Don't change the subject. We're supposed to be talking about you. Now, I got time to be your Dr. Phil tonight. ER's been kind of slow. Maybe it'll hold up.
On Christmas Eve? Do you think so, really?
Maybe. Well, at least until all those dads that have gotten hurt trying to assemble toys starts coming through here. Hey, remember that year remember that dad that tried to stick his head up the chimney to prove to his kids that Santa could fit and got stuck?
Yeah, I asked the EMT why they brought him to the ER, and they said, well, anyone who would put their head up a chimney needs to have their head examined.
Oh, true story. And then the guy who took the X-ray on his brain, he came out and said, we didn't find nothing. All right, what did this girl say to you? I mean, do I need to stick Santa on her?
Oh, no. I mean, it's not so much what she said, it's just that she brought back some memories that I just as soon forget. You know, I spent a lot of time with Beverly and her family, and about the only happy childhood memories I have involve them.
The only happy...
Yeah.
I didn't know you had a rough childhood.
Well, how would you know? I never said anything.
You can talk to me now. I mean, I'm a pretty good listener.
Well, I guess since you put up with all my moodiness, that's the least I could do is give you some kind of explanation, huh?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'd like to listen, but only if you really want to talk about it.
I don't remember my father. His name was Jack.
Like Jackie.
Yeah, I guess. Well, anyway, he died in a motorcycle accident when I was 2. And my mom, Eve, she became very bitter after the accident. She never forgave him for leaving her alone with a toddler, especially since she was very much opposed to him having a motorcycle in the first place. He bought it for himself as a Christmas present. Mom told me that he bought her a set of steak knives, went out for a ride, and never came back. From that day until the day she died, I can't recall more than a few times ever seeing her smile. If she ever laughed, I don't know anything about it.
Man, she must have been so sad.
Yeah, it was. But you would think after a point, she would learn to move on, you know?
Yeah.
But she never did. She never did. I mean, holidays were the worst. At Christmas, never very special for us. We didn't even have a Christmas tree until I was old enough to buy one and decorate it.
Really?
And Eve, that's what she wanted me to call her. I mean, she wasn't really anti-Christmas. She let me celebrate it, but she didn't participate. Oh, sure, she would get me some money or something for Christmas time, but I don't recall ever receiving a wrapped present from her. Christmas to her was just another inconvenience.
An inconvenience?
Yeah, like having a daughter. Yeah, breaking the routine. And she sure did love her routine, I tell you. Until eventually her routine became being intolerant, controlling, and unreasonably strict disciplinarian. No. She never abused me or anything like that, and I thank goodness I was the only child, but I never really received any real affection from her. I was just another inconvenience.
Jackie, I'm sorry.
Eve became a sickly old woman by the time she was 60 years old. She died Thanksgiving evening, alone and miserable in a nursing home. 6 months after she had told the staff not to allow anyone whatsoever to visit her, and that included me. That was 10 years ago. And to think I had planned my entire Thanksgiving around her. I was going to force my way in and beg her for forgiveness for anything that I had done to turn her into this sad, toxic woman.
No.
I don't know. But you can imagine, I didn't exactly have a storybook childhood. In fact, I didn't have much of a childhood at all. I remember being in high school and my coach, he told me I showed a lot of promise in swimming.
Yeah.
He said that I was a natural and that I could probably win a state championship or get a college scholarship.
Wow.
Yeah, I really love swimming. It was something I could do by myself, and just me and my thoughts, you know?
Yeah.
But Eve made me quit swimming and focus on academics. And nothing less than an A was ever acceptable to her.
But you loved doing
Oh,
that.
yeah, I loved it, and I was good, too.
Yeah.
And deep down inside, I know that Eve's condition wasn't my fault.
No, it wasn't.
You know, she was just a damaged and hurt person. But you know what, Donna, it hurt me too. It hurt a lot. It obviously still hurts.
You know, I can only imagine that right now she's got to be so proud of the woman you've become.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, but she sure was hard to satisfy. One thing, her pushing hard and high standards did help develop a strong self-discipline and self-confidence in me.
You got that right. You're the most organized person around this place. You know, if I could just say this.
What?
Jackie, you're an adult now, and you should be able to leave those things from the past in your past. I mean, look at the life you've made for yourself. You're an amazing imaging technologist. I mean, you've made a great life.
Thanks.
Everybody likes you. I mean, even the doctors like you, even though they don't really know you outside of work. I mean, they don't really know you socially like maybe I do a little better.
Wait, what are you saying? What do you mean?
What do I mean? It's not a big secret that you're so antisocial that you don't talk to anybody or do anything with anybody outside of these walls. I mean, people try to get to know you, but you just don't. And guys ask you out, and you say no. I mean, Kenny in my building's asked you out 3 times right in front of me, and you keep saying no. And he's cute.
Maybe that's because I haven't had much success in that area of my life either.
Oh, Jackie.
Are you sure you want to hear all of this? Because I feel like I'm just dumping all of my stuff all over you.
Yes, I told you. I'm all yours until the parade of Santa wannabes falling off rooftops comes through. Or until Wayne calls and lets me know he's here to pick me up. Let me see. No, I'm good.
You're good. Well, I worked really hard. I got good grades.
Yeah.
Come, sit down. But I didn't have many friends. even though I stayed on campus all 4 years. College life to me was just class, homework, and part-time jobs. And after I graduated from college, I got accepted to medical school. And
Did?
yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah. I got accepted to medical school. But after the first year, I realized I wasn't really cut out to be a doctor.
I don't blame you.
So I didn't go back. Eve didn't care. She just said, well, you on your own now. You got to get a job and find a place to live. So I got this little tiny apartment, started working the second shift, and started going back to school during the day to become a medical assistant and a medical imaging associate, and that's how I ended up here.
Well, we're lucky you did. But, nice story and all, but it has nothing to do with your love life. Let's go.
Well, I got a good job at the hospital. I got my first car, and I started dating a medical student.
Ooh, Dr. McDreamy.
right.
Tell me more.
Yeah, well, that romance ended when he moved out of state to finish his residency. I never heard from him again. It was 2 years before I even started dating again.
Men are such pigs.
Who you telling? And then there was this pharmaceutical rep. Oh, he absolutely swept me off my feet.
Yeah?
And one evening when I was absolutely sure that he was going to propose, he told me he met someone else. Yep. Thought we should take a break, see what happens. Well, I'll tell you what happened. He's on wife number 3 and looking for number 4, just in case you were interested, girl.
No, thank you. I'll stick with Wayne. Oh, come on.
And then,
I was just going to say, that drug guy, he's not good enough for you.
Oh, no.
Good riddance.
You
I
got
told
that
you, pigs.
yeah, check that off. And my third serious relationship was with an investment banker. And he seemed to be head over heels for me. And he did ask me to marry him.
Yeah?
He even gave me a 3-carat engagement ring.
3 carats?
Yep.
3?
Read my lips. 3 carats.
You know, it just so happens that is my exact ring size, 3 carats. Do you still have the ring?
No.
Oh.
Police came to visit me. 2 weeks later, examined the ring to find out it had been stolen, along with $500,000 of other jewelry they found in his apartment. And do you know, that guy tried to write me for a while from prison? Shoot, I didn't even open the letters.
My goodness, that is unbelievable. Girl, when it comes to choosing men, you got some wires crossed up there. Wow.
Exactly, which is why, that's why I'm not gonna date again until they create this imaging device that can look inside a man's heart and tell me what's really there.
You're good at your job, but you're not that good.
Oh, boy.
Can I ask you something?
Oh, no. Might be too personal.
I think that ship's already sailed.
Oh, boy.
Where does this Beverly girl come in?
Oh, well, Beverly was my best friend in high school. Maybe my only friend. Her father was a minister at the local Baptist church. He came to have his foot x-rayed one Christmas Eve. He had been in the shower, grabbed a towel, ran for the phone, and slipped and got his foot stuck underneath the dishwasher.
Oh my gosh, I know this story.
You do? How?
Yes, this is like the epic ER Christmas story around here. All the girls, older girls talk about it.
Really?
They said, there he was, naked as a jaybird, wrapped in swaddling clothes with his foot lying in the drainer. I cannot believe you know that guy.
Yeah, that was my best friend's father.
Wow.
He was a really nice man.
Yeah.
I spent more time at their house than I did at my own. And I always spent Christmas there. My favorite was a Christmas Eve candlelight service. the mood, the music, and the serenity of the Vespers. Oh, it just brought a happiness in me that I had felt at no other time.
You should go back. People still get those feelings. There's an 11 o'clock service. They said so in the news. You heard it.
Yeah. But girl, I haven't been to a candlelight service in over 15 years. I don't know why. It's just I always volunteer to work Christmas Eve so people with families can be together.
I know, and it's nice.
However, if I really believed in the magic of Christmas, I could make arrangements to go.
Then do it.
But no, I don't know why, but I just drifted away from church, you know. Even though I felt so much peace there. I guess I just realized that Christmas is for children, and dreams are for children. I can't even remember the last time I prayed. Guess that was just another failed relationship, huh? Am I bringing any cheer into your life yet, huh? I guess you can imagine, Santa Claus doesn't visit me very much anymore. Even if it was snowing and carols were singing in the ER, it didn't seem very much like Christmas. Those days are gone.
They don't have to be.
Maybe not.
Jackie, why don't we... Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Wayne's here. He's waiting outside to pick me up.
Okay, well, go on.
Jackie, listen.
What?
Come here. Come here. Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays!
Stop it. See you later.
With bells of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la.
Thank you. Thank you very much. This is a hospital, and as you can see, we don't have any patients back here, so you have to leave.
Jackie.
Nice try, Donna.
I'm sorry, guys. Thanks anyway. Well, I thought I'd try carolers in the ER. Can't do anything about the lack of snow. Hey, you want me to go get you a snow cone from Pelicans?
Good night, Donna. Wayne is waiting.
Good night.
Where are you, Christmas? Why can't I find you? Why have you gone away? Where is the laughter you used to bring me? Why can't I hear music play? My world is changing. I'm rearranging. Does that mean Christmas changes too? Where are you, Christmas? I'm not the same one. See what the time's done. Is that why you have let me go? Where are you, Christmas?
Hey, Jackie.
Hey,
It's a little bit late to be making out a Christmas list. Santa's gonna be here in a couple hours, and I'm pretty sure he already got his sleigh loaded.
well, what do you have here?
I have Mr. George Durham, and his orders are for him to have a CAT scan of his head due to blunt force trauma.
I see. Okay.
Well, if you've got it, I'm gonna go start on my Christmas list for next year, because I'm pretty sure I ain't getting the BMW that I asked for.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Mr. Durham, I'll be back for you in a little while.
Mr. Durham, what in the world happened to you?
Oh, I got hit on the head.
With what?
A shepherd's staff.
Really?
Yeah, our church, this sort of David Lutheran church, we were holding this live nativity scene, you know, with live animals and such.
Yes.
And there's this one feller, Mike. Mike Ward. He's a Mr. Know-It-All, knows everything about everybody, everything. He always wants to be in charge.
I see.
75 years old, retired, nothing to do but to tell everybody else what to do.
Yeah, I know the type.
So anyway, we're playing up two shepherds standing by this stable which we had built last week.
Yes.
Yeah, never built a stable before. Got the plans on the internet. We did a pretty good job.
I'm sure you did.
So we were just standing there listening to this lovely production. Had children just singing. Had the choir from the Burning Bush Baptist Church. You ever heard them?
I heard they're very good.
They are. Well, they only sent a contingent. They did not send the whole choir.
I see.
First time I've heard a quartet with 7 people, but it was good.
I've heard of that either.
They were good. Oh yeah. Anyway, we're watching this production, and I look over and I see Mr. Know-It-All, Mike. He's wearing a wristwatch.
Uh-oh.
He's wearing a wristwatch, and I didn't think that was right. And I recognize the wristwatch because it's the same wristwatch he boasts about because he got it on a cruise down to St. Thomas. He bought it off some street vendor because he didn't want to pay the prices in the duty-free stores. And
That's easy for you to say.
Yeah. You know, they're cheaper prices than they are here in Garner. But I recognize that wristwatch, and I said, you know, that's not right. You know, I don't know you know it, but shepherds did not have wristwatches then.
Of course I knew that.
I'm sorry, but they did not, much less one you'd buy down in St. Thomas. So I don't think they would. And I tried to get his attention about the fact. I went, hey, Mike. I was trying to be real inconspicuous.
Yes.
Hey, Mike. And he answered me back, what? And I said, hey, your wristwatch, take it off. And he got right upset with me, and he decided to hit me on the head with his shepherd's crook.
In the church yard? At a nativity scene on Christmas Eve?
Oh, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, it startled me, so I let out this loud yell, which wasn't the wisest thing to do.
Probably not.
No, but then again, I wasn't playing a wise man. I was playing a shepherd, and I was standing by this stable that we built last week. Got the plans off the internet. But the wise men were being played by the Bartlett triplets. three nice young girls, but you couldn't tell they had beards, so you know. But that was, all that happened, and that started the animals with this big yell: the goats, the sheep, and also Mr. McHenry's cow that we had borrowed for this living nativity scene to start to stampede the crowd.
Oh no! Don't tell me.
Well, it did, and all these people just started running away, and their hands are up in the air, screaming and shouting as if they were coming out of some tent revival.
Yeah.
And the kids are running, and they're jumping all over the cars, and the animals are just running all amok. And now this started to frighten a rooster, which we had sitting up in the rafters. Because I guess he was roosting. It was dark at that time, but that upset the rooster, and the rooster started squawking, flapping its wings, and landed on the top of Joseph's head. And that got to Mary to screaming, and Mary was screaming and shouting. And now you got Joseph with a chicken on his head, and Mary screaming and shouting, trying to get out of there. And she knocked over the manger, and there goes the little baby Jesus onto the stable floor. But don't worry, we were using a baby doll.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah. We asked the Dickermans whether we could borrow their newborn, and
I'm glad they said no.
The child had colic, and we decided that would not be the best thing to do at that time.
Not.
And so Mary Beth McKenzie said, "Why don't you use a baby doll?" And we said, "Oh, that's a great idea." So we decided to use a baby doll.
Yeah.
We used one of those Winky Blinky dolls. You know, the one that you kind of lie down, those eyes go shut, and then when you raise it up, the eyes go open, and they go shut and they go open, and there it was rolling out on the stable floor. So, so the baby Jesus was rolled out, but it was okay, and that frightened Mary. Mary's trying to get away, and Mary has caught her skirt onto the manger, and she ripped a big one.
Oh my Lord!
A hole in her skirt.
Yes.
Yeah. What'd you think I was talking about?
Oh, that's what I thought.
Exactly. And she had these Lucky Charms underwear on. You could see her underwear. Yellow moon, blue stars, green clovers.
You saw all that.
Not that I was looking or anything.
Yeah.
But you could. I could even tell what day of the week it was. It was amazing. Well, the day, not exactly the date. But that started the donkey who was tied to the stable at that point.
Yes.
And the donkey started kicking and braying and started tearing down part of the stable that it was tied to. And that upset the donkey so bad that, the donkey had an accident. I don't know what it ate. It was a big accident. A major donkey do. And the preacher at that point tried to come out to calm the crowd and have them disperse quickly, but in an orderly manner, as if he was passing out an offering plate.
Yes.
Yeah. And,
that would do it.
It could. And they were going, and meanwhile he slipped and said excrement of the donkey and fell face first. And he said, and he said the S word.
No, the preacher did?
He did. He did not say donkey do. And that caused, a lot of people being upset. And his wife's sister Carolyn, meanwhile, a rather petite little girl, she is playing the part of an angel in this production, and she is still hanging from the rafters that are still there.
I can see it now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And she passed out. And I'm just glad we did not have a camel in that production, or an elephant, or other.
This is a practical joke, right? You're kidding me. Are there cameras around here somewhere? You're fooling me, right?
Oh no! It actually happened. I mean, it was complete chaos. I mean, all these animals just running amok and everything. And I looked over at Mr. Know-It-All, and I said, "Mike, look what you done now. You ruined the manger scene, and you have ruined Christmas."
Oh, my
and then he whacked me over the head again with his shepherd's staff, and the next thing I remember is waking up being brought in by some young pretty nurse. I don't know.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I don't know what to say. That was just some story. I tell you what, why don't I just take you back so you can have your scan done now? Right?
Good evening, everyone. Holly Knight with WGAR reporting again from the Sword of David Lutheran Church, where complete chaos unfolded shortly after our forecast this evening. The stable is now in complete disarray. Animals that was part of the... Yeah, Tyler.
I caught the rooster. You want to see it?
Well, sure.
Mom, can I keep it?
I'm so glad Tyler's okay. Unfortunately, we had several participants and spectators to be transported to area hospitals tonight. I guess they're now on Santa's naughty list. We'll have more on this report tonight at 11. For now, WGAR, Holly Knight reporting. You know, I can't really imagine the chaos that must have unfolded that night 2,000 years ago, the night that our Savior was born. But God knew. He knew the time, and He knew the circumstances, because it was a part of His plan that Mary would give birth to her firstborn son, and she would wrap him in swaddling clothes, and she would place him in that manger, and he would be called Emmanuel. And on that night, all was well in the world. All
Thank you. Do you believe what happened at that church tonight?
That's got to be the funniest thing I have ever heard in my life. It's a thousand wonders more people weren't hurt in all that foolishness.
You know, I thought so too, at first. But can you imagine Joseph with a rooster on his head, Mary losing a skirt, and the preacher letting out a bad word, and his wife fainting? I mean, just the whole chaotic scene, it must have been hilarious. But you know what, Sam? The more I thought about that thing, the sadder I got. Sam, that's the kind of thing that made me stop going to church in the first place. All those people, I tell you, they're more caught up with church stuff than remembering what Christmas is all about. And this Durham guy, he was more focused on finding fault in someone, and someone that he didn't like, that even the sanctity of a nativity scene was a non-issue. I mean, it was more important to him to ridicule this guy than it was for him to help the community celebrate Christmas. I tell you, I don't miss that kind of hypocrisy at all.
But Jackie, you can't let George Durham or other folks like him ruin your Christmas.
Oh, I know that, Sam, but that's just it. It's not just him. When I got to work tonight, I walked around the ER and I talked to some of the nurses and the aides, and I don't know, I was just kind of searching for something to sort of show me indication that it was Christmas time. You know, some merriment or something. But no one showed me any. I mean, they weren't unkind or anything like that. They weren't any more merry than any other time of the year. So tell me, what am I missing? What am I missing, Sam? What's the matter?
I gotta take this. Hang on.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Kid? Yeah. All right, I'll be there in just a second. Jackie, I gotta go back to the ER.
Okay.
But I'll see you in a little bit. And before I come back, I think Mr. Durham left that shepherd's crook down in the ER.
He did?
Yeah, and if you don't hurry up and get the Christmas spirit, I think I'm gonna come in here and hit you in the head with it. See if that'll speed things along.
You better not. I tell you what, you're gonna start a goat stampede. Oh my goodness.
Hey, Jackie.
Hey, what's up?
This young man right here is Mr. Toby Howell, and his orders are for you to do an X-ray of his ribs and a CAT scan of his heart.
Oh, really? Okay, Mr. Toby. How old are you?
5. How old are you?
Well, I'm more than 5, I can tell you that.
Yeah, that's what I told him when he asked me too. But how about taking real good care of my buddy here?
No problem.
I've told him we don't have any shots to give him.
Well, you told him right. No shots here whatsoever. So can you tell me what happened?
A big old mean goat with horns knocked me down, and before I could get up, a sheep stepped on my chest.
Were you at the Sword of David church by any chance tonight?
Yes, yes, ma'am. How'd you know that?
Oh, it's just
Just a lucky
guess.
guess. Oh, boy. All right. You gonna leave him with me?
Yeah, if
I tell you what.
you want to find out about his parents.
Yeah, well, I have that. I have here that your uncle came with you, but are your parents on their way?
Oh, no, ma'am. I ain't got no mom or dad.
Oh, that just does it. This is officially the most messed up Christmas I have ever experienced. Sam, do me a favor. Help him get his shirt off and everything, and I'll be right back.
Sure, I'll be glad to. Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'll be back.
Ready, buddy?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you Toby's uncle?
Yes, ma'am. I'm Fletcher Brawl.
Yes, hi. Everything's fine, don't worry. I don't want to scare you or anything, but I'm Jackie Wyatt, and I'm going to be doing his scan.
Okay, good.
So can you tell me exactly what happened?
Well, we went over to the Sword of David Church. They were having a living nativity scene
Yeah, I
there.
heard about that.
There was these two shepherds, and they obviously were having a problem with one another.
Yes.
So one reached out with his shepherd's hook and hooked the other one around the neck, pulled him up to him,
Yes.
and said something to him. Well, when he did that, the one that got hooked turned around and hit the first one in the head. Well, he squalled like a banshee. When he did, it scared all the animals, and they started stampeding.
I see.
Yeah, really, it would have been sort of comical in a way if nobody had got hurt. But before I could get to Toby and pick him up, he'd been knocked down and stepped on.
My goodness. I mean, he's quite a young man, but he told me that he didn't have a mother and father, so I just was checking. Are they on their way? Because I thought maybe he misunderstood what I was asking and thought that I meant here at the hospital.
No, ma'am, that's right. Toby's mother was my niece.
Yeah.
And she had an addiction problem.
I see.
She passed away suddenly a few years ago. Thank goodness Toby was too young to remember any of that. And his father, well, his father went to prison before Toby was ever born and got murdered in there about a year later.
What?
Yeah. My wife and I, we adopted Toby when he was just a toddler. We lost her last year. Miss White, there, it's all right. Really, it's quite all right. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. I love Toby just like he is my own. And he's a happy little fella. And I promise you, he has a very secure and safe home now.
You know what, Mr. Broughton, after talking to you, I have no doubt. But that poor thing, I mean, he's experienced so much death and tragedy in his life.
He's had a tough life.
I just met him and I already love him. But I can tell you one thing. He's about the only thing I love. Because I hate Christmas, I hate church, and I hate just about every individual. I tell you, I can't believe that life could be so cruel, not only to you, but to a small, innocent child. Christmas? Really?
Miss White, wait a minute. You can't feel like that. You can't hate Christmas.
Mr. Broughton, I'm sorry, I should have never said that to you, but I gotta go. Toby's ready for his scan. Oh, my. They sure did do a number on you, didn't they?
It's pretty sore.
Yeah.
Jackie, if you got this, I'm gonna head on back to the ER.
Okay. All right, we got this.
Toby.
Thank you.
I'll be back for you in a little while, buddy.
Bye, Sam.
Take care.
I'm so sorry that your Christmas was ruined, Toby.
Christmas ain't ruined. You can't ruin Christmas.
But don't you worry. All I'm going to do is put some of this greasy stuff on you, and then I'm going to rub you with this wand, all right? It's not going to hurt a bit. You might be a little cold.
What you looking at?
I'm looking inside your heart.
Do you see Jesus?
What did you say?
Do you see Jesus? Jesus lives in my heart. If you can't, I want to look too. Why are you crying, Miss Jackie? Did I say something wrong? Please don't be sad.
Oh, Toby, you didn't say anything wrong. You know, I wasn't having a very good Christmas, but you helped me understand why. I forgot. Jesus lives in my heart, too. And that's why, no matter what happens, your Christmas can't be ruined. Because Jesus lives in your heart.
But you were crying, Miss Jackie. Did I say something wrong?
No. You didn't say anything wrong at all. You said something wonderful. And that's because I was ignoring who lives in my heart. You know, Jesus, he can live in more than one place at the same time, you know?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Uncle Fletcher says Jesus can live anywhere people let him.
Toby Howell, you are a very smart young man. And you have made this my best Christmas ever. So, I am going to finish the scan, and then we're going to get you back to your uncle so he can take you home, okay? So what do you think? You think Santa's going to make his rounds tonight?
He always does. Will he come see you, too?
He doesn't have to. You have already given me the best Christmas gift ever. And when I get off at 11 o'clock, I am going to hurry on down to Burning Bush Baptist Church because I have a relationship I need to work on.
Christmas is here everywhere. Oh, Christmas is here if you care. If there is love in your heart and your mind, you'll feel like Christmas all the time. Where are you, Christmas? Ooh, fill your heart with love.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare His room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. sing. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare Him room. And heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing. And heaven